Hi everyone, I'm Lasan. For Chrono Strike, I worked on the level design, the shooting and bombing mechanics, the time bending system, play animations, sound design, and I helped integrate Cinema Machine for some of the camera shots, although that was mainly Oshida.
Hi, I'm Oshid. I mainly worked on the environments, menus, player preferences, and the final trade.
So we actually discovered EXE through the WhatsApp group. It was shared in one of our WhatsApp groups in UOM engineering. The thing we actually got was zero contact, and that really sparked how we approach our mechanics and overall level design because it's a very broad theme and there's many ways that you could interpret it. Our main inspiration for the game was actually Superhot, the critically acclaimed game from 2015 or 2016, if I remember correctly. We loved how it played with time-based combat. I think they were actually the pioneers of those mechanics, and we wanted to take that idea and expand on it with our own. Another inspiration came from the anime Jujutsu Kaisen. Anime fans might be familiar with this. It's a very popular anime. The protagonist has a power called the Limitless Technique, where enemies approaching him get infinitely slower the closer they get. That concept really clicked with us, and it influenced how we thought about the time slow in Chrono Trigger. This is actually a prototype from the initial stages. This, I think, took like 5 days to build or something. And then we go on to the game design elements. So we built the game around three pillars. The time slow mechanic for dodging and countering, and the enemy AI is powered with an F mesh from Unity, which we very soon on found out that it was very restrictive. We'll go on to that in detail later. And immersive level design tied together with Cinemachine for smoother camera shots.
I focused on making the environment support those mechanisms, and so the arenas feel challenging, but also fun to move and interact with. Yes.
So some of the biggest challenges we faced was actually the time slow mechanic itself. Originally, it was always on, but that made the game way too easy. So just 2 days before the submission, we reworked the entire time slow mechanic so that players trigger it on demand. That was stressful, but it made the gameplay so much better. We actually want to take that further by adding negative feedback if you held the time slow button for too long, but we simply ran out of time. That's something we are working on polishing right now. And then, funnily enough, scaling was actually another issue. Because if bullets were their real world size, you'd never be able to dodge them. We had to constantly tweak their proportions until it felt fair but still intense. So, like you can see in this slide, the bullet is actually half the size of the animal model. You won't actually see this while playing, but we thought it's kind of fun to point out. And here's a fun fact. Because of the time slow mechanic, we couldn't use a rigid body for the grenade. Physics broke when time was slowed, so I ended up manually simulating projectile motion frame by frame. Painful, but it worked. The enemy AI gave us its own headaches. NavMesh was extremely restrictive, and we didn't have time to refine it properly. Ideally, we would write our in-house solution, but we just didn't have time. That's why you will sometimes see enemies clipping through walls, bunching up, or running at you in single file. Not ideal, but good enough for the jam.
And then there was Unity's version control. It caused constant merge conflicts, so we worked on two branches and coordinated over WhatsApp calls to decide which prefab we touch, and we have done changes. We coordinated via WhatsApp. So it wasn't pretty, but it got us across the final line. Yes.
And here's Chrono Strike in action. Showing slowing time gives you breathing room to dodge bullets and line up counter shots. It turns chaos into a puzzle that you can solve under pressure.
Here's another video. You can observe the clean and smooth motion of the camera.
And we would like to especially thank Space Timer for selecting our game. That recognition means a lot, and it really motivates us to keep pushing Chrono Strike forward.
And also the organizing committee, the community gave us great support all the way through.
Yeah, EXE 2025 was a fantastic experience. We learned so much about remote teamwork, version control, and how to adapt quickly under strict deadlines. It's definitely made us better developers. Right now, Chrono Strike has 3 levels, but we don't plan to stop there. Our goal is to add more content, more enemy types, polish the mechanics, including things like the time slow, stamina system. We thought of adding it again, we didn't have time. But maybe we'll innovate on a stamina system. Like stamina systems are way overrated. Yeah, like everybody uses them. So we'll probably make something that's better and newer. And eventually we'll publish it to players so that more players can experience this. All right, thanks for watching. And again, thanks again to the organizers for this opportunity. We can't wait to show you what's next for Chrono Strike. Bye now.
Thank you. Bye.